BTVR versus Onic, one of the highest seeding team in MPL Indo. Another one has some of the most popular players in the world, including Kyrie, Keyboy, all those. The all-star lineup, Sans, right? So what are we waiting for? Let's quickly dive in. I heard Hanzo was used twice in the series, and I took a glance of it. So why don't we quickly take a deep dive and understand exactly what went down from an expert perspective. Wink, wink. Starting off, let's take a look at draft. I gotta say, I'm very, very proud of Coach Tazy. Want to see more female presence in the esports space. I think right now it's still not widely accepted for girls to play a lot of games. So it's simply lack of interest. That's why there are lack of talents. But but in general, I think girls are a lot smarter in terms of, maturity and analyzing. So this is incredible having a female coach. Let's take a look. You got Kimmy first pick from Coach Yeb, right, on the side of Onic. On the other side, we immediately picked out on BTR, the Boxia. I've mentioned the Boxia counters a lot of characters like Claude, Kimmy, when I was playing the 1.5 second stun. 1.5, if you understood. If you're the OG, you understand what that means. By the way, that tips and tricks still applies till now. So our videos are long lasting, to be honest. But let's take a look, quickly coming back to the main topic. Boxia is a really good pick here against Kimmy. Especially if Kimmy is going to be one of the major damage source. And Onic stick to their core identity, which is assassin jungle, playing to the strengths of Kyrie. Whereas on the other side, BTR is more meta focused, right? Or I would say meta focus is more just draft, smart draft, right? You don't really force a pick just because your jungle is good at it. Sometimes the meta doesn't support it, But Ling is a meta character. I'm just saying, All right, let's take a look at starting of the game. I think both side draft were pretty good. I do prefer BTR draft because the Boxia alone. You offer a lot of, a lot of times I really don't understand why certain character picked and not picked in quote unquote professional scene, right? Because when I talk to the boys, my point has always been, why just because MPL does it or don't do it, why does it limit our ability to play or not play certain characters? I don't know if you remember, but Boxia have come in and out of meta for quite some time now. And I never truly understand why certain picks are picked or not picked. All of a sudden people are not picking it, all of a sudden people start picking it. In this game, it just makes sense. There is a Kimmy as a main damage source, and Boxia is really, really good at global, I would say, across the map engage. So why not picking it, right? So it just makes a lot of sense that BTR did it. Let's take a look here. Good job, Finn, with engage. So burn out Keyboy's flicker. And that's going to be really, really good. So they knew that up until 3 minutes, Keyboy is not going to have flicker anymore. And Kyrie's not level 4 yet. So here is all about catching Keyboy, because Keyboy didn't have flicker anymore. Let's take a look at what they did, right? Keyboy getting vision. Both sides are getting vision. Annabelle pretended, that's how really good, pretend that he was going to run away, but he just came back and scouted in the mid bush. This bush right here, the mid lane bush, is the most important bush in the entire game. It's not a lore bush, but it's the bush that decides who has prior on lord or not in a lot of territorial control. In this case, Annabelle, obviously Turtle being on the bottom side, spotted Jawhead walking towards that bush, quickly called the team to engage, knowing that Jawhead doesn't have flicker anymore. So 1.5 stun on top of Luke. Quickly got a first blood. And this is going to secure a lot of advantage early game. And by the way, I love the fact Annabelle started with blue, not red, because they understand enemy handling, and it's very unlikely Ling will contest first turtle unless they have a really strong side lane. But in this case, Luke is really, really strong on Clea. And I really wish Chick can watch more of these EXP lane. I don't think he does, Because I don't see the game, I don't see a lot of similarities between like how a lot of the professional EXP lane plays and how Chicken plays. I love Chicken, but I mean, there's definitely for sure something you need to learn from this, right? There's common trend what top class EXP lane does in professional league. I mean, when I see a Clea played by someone like Luke, played by a lot of gobs, right? From the previous video I mentioned, you didn't notice a common trend of like they do not die that much, and they always put so much pressure at first turtle. And somehow that feels like it's lacking on side of BDK, or should I say SAUL now. By the way, big shout out to SAUL for supporting NA competitive scene. We love our Indian viewers. Namaste. Yeah. So initially, no, not immediately, Boxia already showed a lot of presence. One more time, Sans decided to go contest that, which is he probably underestimated the synergy coming out from the entire set of BTR, right? That was a beautiful combo there from Boxia's. Boxia can follow up stun really, really quickly, can engage really well. The only thing was have Boxia in your comp. You really have to practice if got Boxia not going too crazy, because Boxia can engage really fast, much faster than his team. So if your team doesn't follow up, you might be in trouble. Nonetheless, I would say that so far, BTR has I would say, absolute control over the map. Let's take a look at second turtle. Again, you have Luke on the Sakura engaging a lot faster. In fact, Ling and Gata just completely given up the second turtle, which give more experience lead and the goal lead. Goal lead is not that much for BTR, it's more experience, right? Because if you stack turtles early game, it gives your team so much more experience overall. Let's take a look at, counterparts. Severo on the Kimi. Severo is a really good player, by the way, from what I saw. Level 6, Iman at level 7. Look at jungle. Annabelle is a level 7, close to level 8, where Ling, Kyrie, played by one of the most proficient jungle player, is sitting at level 7. Now, Annabelle's level 8, right? Ling's catching up. In fact, I like the item table just now. It showed the, goal differential between the respective positions, which is really good. But obviously, Turtle's more of a team objective than anything else, right? So, whoa, look at this audience prediction here. I mean, audience prediction is more fan support. I wouldn't call it audience prediction. I think they change the name for that, because no audience dude, let's be real, okay? Audience is not prediction. Audience, there's usually no reason for it. It's more of an audience support. In fact, they changed talent prediction to talent support as well. We all know how cringe talent predictions are, right? And a lot of times talent predictions are not really based off. Most of the casters, now I wouldn't say casters, I would say talents in general, don't watch or play Mobile Legends. So they should really change your talent support, because people are busy, man, nowadays, right? I understand that. But it's just what it is. Change your talent support makes sense. Audience support makes a lot more sense. Anyways, let's take a look at the next objective. 8 seconds on turtle spawn. Kalia's in position, getting vision. Mid-side bush. Boxia getting in the front line, getting position. He's unkillable at this point. No one, even if they just focus on him, they couldn't kill him. Let alone there's just so many follow-up CC behind it, right? Another thing I want to analyze with BTR is if you look at their draft, it's heavy CC focus. Engage, disengage, mostly engage. And I've been mentioning that I think if you pick a combo without too much engaging our previous episode, you're going to be running into a lot of trouble. And look at the BTR draft. Some of the strongest team from MPLs, right? You will notice a similar trend. It's heavily squad control focused. And they're also very tanky in general, right? You have something like Kalia, you have something like Badon, like Boxia. I mean, you don't get much more than that in terms of squad control. So, Lord coming up. Obviously, I do know how that works. Let's go back to that. Luke engage on this. It seems like Jawhead got CC immunity for that. They both got CC immunity when they're jumping. Look, Luke acquired CC immune, and Jawhead also has CC immune. That is so interesting when they're both charging with the ultimate. So they basically missed each other with the engage there. That was pretty funny. So both sides wasted their ultimate, but Annabelle quickly followed up with engage. But down followed in. I want to also mention Finn never used ult here, because he never see the opportunity he didn't see the need to use it. Very patient coming out from Finn. Also, just by the way, Finn didn't die that many times. Neither was Luke. Wink, wink, chicken. I mean, I guess I'm making a lot of video for chicken, to be honest. Stop dying. Just look at Luke. I see this Kalia 103. I see our Kalia 07 and 8. What is going on, bro? There's something about that. I'm not saying that to make fun of chicken, obviously. He was a marksman player at M3, but transitioned to the EXP. Nonetheless, it's something that needs to change, yeah. EXP lane definitely need to win. EXP plays such a big role in team's macro, just a lot of things in this game in general. Look at Annabelle, just soaking up damage, who cares? I'm eating like 3 of your stuns from Sense, so? What are you gonna do? That's literally what he's saying. Really, really good pick here. That draft is so good, because it took away the main damage source from Onic. And Kyrie needs farm. Kyrie can kill anyone. It's Granger. This is why Granger is so good, right? Not only Granger is so good at poking, doing the same amount of damage, Granger is extremely mobile now because how many ultimate dashes you get. Like, it's really hard for Assassin to get him. You do not want to pick like something like what? Ling or something like I would say Ling is okay actually, because Ling is pretty mobile as well. But you for sure do not want to pick Hanzo into Kimi. Like there's you just like you rarely get to touch him. Kimi is really hard to touch by a professional Hanzo player. Trust me, I know. All right, let's take a look at items here. You guys see Boxia. You got the defense item, bunch of defense item. He's really tanky. Ling, I would give shout out to Ling actually. Kyrie somehow is still ahead on gold. He's a plus 900 gold in this economy, right? When the entire BTR is 5k ahead, Ling is 1,000 gold ahead of his counterpart. Meanwhile, on the other side, the XP lane, the gold lane, the roam, the jungle, the mid, BTR is all ahead. And not just like a little bit ahead, extremely ahead. So really good. So far, just slow choking. This is more of a slow choke type of game from BTR. Because Onic is not making that many mistakes. I wouldn't say making mistakes at all, to be honest. Besides Sans trying to steal the little river Pokemon, that was a little rushing. But to be honest, I don't think if, I would do it, I would try it too if I was Sans. Because I don't think you wouldn't suspect that. It's one of those things you wouldn't suspect you're going to die. But there was too much synergy coming out from Boxia and Farsa. Also makes so much sense, Boxia and Farsa, this entire draft. Boxia, Farsa, because Boxia can engage from really far away, and Farsa can follow up damage from really far away. So unlike a lot of other mages, if you pick let's say, any other mage, I would say you wouldn't be able to do this, like Luo Yi, right? You wouldn't be able to do this. Or what are some other meta mages I would usually pick? You just wouldn't be able to do this. I think Farsa makes a lot of sense. Actually, you would also pick someone like Selena with Boxia as well. Engage, follow up a stun, 1.5 plus another insane stun. If you don't have Purify, you're kind of screwed. But then, like, how many Purify can you use? So I really like I really like this synergy coming out from the side of BTR, the draft. Let's take a little lore fight. Okay, Luke. I want to mention Chicken. Watch this carefully. All right. Look at Luke's position. Why don't I see this more coming out from SAUL? I rarely see this. It's like every time we train. That's why, like, when I was talking to the boys about boot camping, I feel like boot camping need to come out with something. I don't want to waste like a month of time, a lot of money, energy, and there's no visual improvement, right? Esports is all about improvement. If there's no improvement, what are you training for? Going through the motion of just working doesn't accumulate any wisdom. Look at this. Like, this is simple. Somebody have to set this up. Like, it's literally check boxes. The formula is pretty clear. At Lord, somebody need to be in this bush, right? Standing right here. Literally somebody doesn't need to stand like right here in this position. And to do this, right? I don't see this coming out from SAUL yet. I need to see that. I really need to see that, right? I need to see somebody in this bush. And I need to see Luke engaging when you see the opportunity to. Pull it up with another 1.5 an entire team. They quickly killed Lutpi. The Lutpi can't even use ultimate. That's the power of the Chen CC. Annabelle takes so much damage to still stay alive. That's the power of their draft. Annabelle took so much damage. Over here he's taking a lot of okay. That was rushing there, but I guess it's, give the team opportunity to finish the kill. So good, but also interesting there. I think he's probably expected to counter Kimi completely. However, he took a lot. He took two. He took the ultimate damage, took the skill 2 damage. 2 instances of high damage that just killed him. So coming forward to the lore push here, it's gonna be 3-lane wave sync. Mid lane tower, lore comes in. It seems like they just want to take the mid high ground tower here. Farsight gonna bombard Sans. Sans can't even defend this. Sans just got killed. Bottom lane still have a minion wave, or I would say a really strong minion. Next wave is coming. Oh, Jawhead. This is a decent engage, but Sans not there already, and it's over. Yeah, it's over. Yeah, there's nothing they can do, sadly. So, really strong game coming out from BTR, 1-15. Wow. I mean, that's just disgusting. Let's take a look at second game draft. We gotta be real quick right here, okay? So, you guys see this draft coming out from side of Tazy. Locking Kalia first pick. They didn't lock in Kimi. They didn't ban Kimi because they know they understand they can take out Boxia. This is what I'm talking about, right? I remember like when we were playing MPLI with the Ohio brothers back in Indonesia. Joy at the time was one of the strongest jungle in the entire game. And we're one of the few teams who never banned it. Because we understood how to counter it. We would have picked Valentina as well as Hayabusa or Fanny. Because best player 1 was really good at all assassins in the game. This guy is actually mechanically gifted. So I was like, why are we banning Joy? Why do we waste spot on that? Let's ban something that give our team issues. And sure enough, that's how we were able to beat, I think it was 4th seed, strongest team at the time for MPL Indo and get out of the group for MPLI. So I like Tazy's drafting philosophy. There's no reason to ban, characters or pick characters when you know you can counter pretty easily, when you know you can use it as a bait. They simply don't even prioritize it. Well, obviously, in this case, Kimi is banned by the other side. But even if it's let out, when you have Boxia on your side, I mean, I think prioritizing Kalia and Boxia doesn't make a lot of sense, right? By the way, I couldn't recognize Kimi anymore because a lot of the fan art, not the fan art, the character art got changed. Criminal. On the other side, we have Hanzo being taken out. Hanzo's good against Farsa. Boxia, I guess you can ignore. And it's also decent against Boxia, right? I would say, because Hanzo does burst damage. Also does, in this case, if you're very tanky, I would go DHS, coercion size, or the entire whole trinity type of BS, whatever people call it, right? So this Hanzo pick actually makes sense in this scenario, especially when you go against Farsa. But against the rest of the team, that's it. There's no other players, there's no other characters in this game like I think it's really good against. Yes, it's decent against Boxia, but it's not like ideal. Boxia is very, very tanky. It's mostly just good against Farsa because Farsa's stationary when she uses ultimate. So Hanzo can take advantage of that, or just force Farsa to use the passive, the fly and the flicker, and then come back, use ult again to focus on Farsa again, and then get Farsa KO'd. So, a decent pick, but also like is the best pick. I don't know. I just wouldn't prioritize it. I wouldn't pick Hanzo ever. Like, I would pick Hanzo in the second phase of the draft. Like, why? Like, nobody's gonna ban this shit. Nobody's gonna ban this shit. Why pick it? I guess Harris is decent. And then enemy team is gonna take Granger because it's a highly prioritized pick. EXP lane in this game right now, there's Badon, there's Kalia, there's barely anything you can kill. So why Hanzo? Like, it's just, Hanzo's more of a rank character, I think. If you want to take it on in competitive, I support it, especially against Joy, a lot of other assassins. But it should be the second last draft, in my opinion, when there is for sure, okay, guys. I know Hanzo's not the best choice, but it's one of the okay choice in this game. And it's time for, Davis playing. All right, we're picking Hanzo. But nonetheless, this is just, I don't know. I like Coach Yeb. I think like Coach Yeb probably haven't caught up with meta yet. It's picking stuff that is comfortable for the team. But it seems odd to prioritize Hanzo ever. This is the second time I've seen it. All right, let's see. Last time we analyzed Kyrie's game, we said Kyrie couldn't do anything. And I noticed a trend coming out from Onic. They pick characters for Kyrie, and then Kyrie was frequently useless. Last time they picked Hanzo, Hanzo was useless. This time they pick Hanzo. Let's see if it's gonna be useful. Hanzo's not necessarily bad here. It's just like one of those, like it's okay, but it's also not. Yeah, it's like sure, like it's like well, okay. Could have gone other choices? Sure. So I don't know. Right? Let me actually check. It was Suyo banned as well. I didn't check all the bans there. So let's go back. Quickly go back. Yeah, Suyo wasn't banned. I guess there are a lot of CCs and you don't want to pick Suyo, right? But like Suyo is a strong pick. Suyo also does decent, it's good at poking, a lot of mobility. I guess he just doesn't like the character. I don't know. It's kind of odd to pick Hanzo at this point because there are so many choices. If you're gonna pick Hanzo, I swear to God, nobody bans this shit, bro. In MPL, like how often is Hanzo getting banned? Like I remember looking at MPL Wikipedia. This character is so not prioritized. There's no need to pick it or ban it, in my opinion. It's just not that strong. Okay, whoa. Iman's 1 HP? Yo, is this one of the solo actions? This is too cocky, no? This is too cocky. Wow, okay, he got completely solo there. All right, that's what I said, Severo seems like a really good player. Not seems like he is a really good player. Okay. Follow up. Finn is 1 HP. Nice Keyboy and Kyrie connection. This is some OG connections coming out, right? Keyboy is a really good player. I like Keyboy a lot. Very decent player. So, and he obviously know how to synergize and play aggressive along with Kyrie's follow-up. So they got 2 kills starting out. Does that give them the turtle priority? Nope. 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 Not only that, not only did they lose the turtle, they also lost another kill. They lost the who? Oh, actually? Yeah. Oh, Onic didn't get turtle. They also lost Luppy. So interesting here. Why did Luppy die? Did he overextend here? Was trying to pick up the little thingy on the ground. By the way, this rotation is interesting. I gotta like ask more people why EXP lane has to come mid to share the experience now. Because there is a EXP lane experience. You know the meta used to be mid lane rotate to EXP, pre-turtle for this wave to get it. But now the meta has been like the EXP come to mid. I think the reason being the mid lane clash earlier, so EXP can get level 4 faster. Yeah, that's pretty much it, to be honest. I'm trying to analyze the reason for it. Oh, Boxia might be too aggressive. But it doesn't matter though, he's really tanky. And Hanzo couldn't find any kills. And there goes another KO for the side of BTR. And they got turtle. Does Luke die here? What is Luke doing? How does he continue to do that? This is more of a chicken behavior. I'm on chicken so hard, bro. This is it. Like, why keep on going? So they already got a KO. They're gonna come back for turtle. You know, I would just go away, but he kept on going here. He kept on fighting Sens. Like, knowing Kyrie is right next to him. Just thought he himself was invincible, but there's no reason for that, right? But Luke is really good player though. Don't get me wrong. He's really good. So BTR is lucky to have him. but nonetheless, this is just like, yeah, I don't. That's a little bit too much. That's how they got 2 kills. That's how they feed another kill there to the side of Onic. Let's hear Hanzo. It's gonna engage. Nope, it's just observing. Oh, there's a kidnap coming out, and the target is gonna be Luke. Luke should be killed, no problem. Nice ult from Sens. All right, is there gonna be any more? Wait, what happened to Kyrie? So Kyrie jumps in, he killed Luke. Okay, but oh, that's interesting. Even though Kyrie is running out of energy, but even though he was like, he couldn't die from the Sens' ultimate, froze him, but he was still depleting energy. That's one of those mechanics that I don't see very often. So here we go. And by the way, this is what I was saying regarding Hanzo is okay against Boxia. And that's also another thing about Boxia being picked. It almost like forced pick. Maybe they're just comfortable with it. It's like a forced pick. There's no Kimi. Why still pick Boxia? Is it like that much prio? Because like, look at this. He gets slowed and then he couldn't move. And he just died. Like, because it's too clumsy. I remember talking to Zane about this, and Zane was telling me about this issue of Boxia being too clumsy. And that's why I didn't like to play it. When he goes in, like if you don't have team to follow up, if it's not a team decision, you sit in place and you die. That's literally what happened, right? Against Hanzo, a high mobility character, if you use your stun on anyone else, which most likely you won't be able to use your skills on someone like Hanzo, he will follow up, easy stack, and on top of it, Hanzo damages burst damage with a skill 1, right? So you're slow because of skill 2, and an easy 5 stacks, and you're just like standing there, and with the rest of the team's damage on top of Annabelle, he just died. So let's take a look at this turtle fight. But obviously, Onic did really well this game. So they're 2-7 right now. It's very different from before. Annabelle get pulled back in. Their entire team goes for Annabelle. Look at it. Just clumsy. You couldn't move. And he's going to be killed here. Okay, they decided not to go for the second person. Whoa. Malero. Is he a bait? It's frequently a bait. The Luke on the Kalia is always ready. I love this Kalia player, man. This Kalia is like, god damn. Yo, chicken. Watch this, bro. Dude, I swear. Dude, if NA players would get rid of this cocky mentality, I don't get it. Like, people are so cocky nowadays. Like, when I try to tell well, obviously, my favorite player, chicken dude, like, hey, yo, watch this. Yeah, Dave, yeah, I'm gonna watch that. Yeah, of course, yeah, I'm gonna watch that. Like, it's so cocky. Yeah, watch people who are better than you, so you learn. Like, you can easily, if you watch, your trend you can notice. And analyzing the trend is gonna be extremely helpful on finding out what's your deficiencies and where you can improve. This is exactly it, right? Look at Luke. mean, why does this Clea only have 2 death and again like so many engages, good crucial engages for the team, and then our Clea is 078. Yeah, remember the first game versus AR-77 and blame the pick. Yeah, Clea's bad. Look at this Clea. You know, by the way, I think this Clea is good against like a lot of characters. Clea is a lot of sustain in lane, a lot of mobility in lane, heavy engages in lane. This character is really flexible. Can go Clash lane, aka EXP, can go roam. Really flexible. I like it. So over here, Annabelle engaged, but a little bit too deep by himself. Again, the Pharsa, Annabelle synergy, coming out with a lot of damage, but now Annabelle is completely by himself. Okay, Luke's followed up. Can it do anything? Luke have ultimate? Is he gonna use ultimate ever? Okay, he finally used ult. But a little bit too late here. Why wasn't he ready to ult? Because Severo's Purify? He didn't want to use on Purify, I guess? You want to use other skills to burn the Purify? Maybe. It's a big fight for Onic. I mean, there's a lot of disconnect coming out. I mean, I feel like BTR was rushing it, right? If you go back to that fight again, Annabelle winning 1v3 almost, right? And now you have a 2 battlefield, 2 versus 3 on top side, and you have Luppy kind of zoning this 3 people away on the bottom side, so they couldn't follow up. So this is just 3 versus 2 on the top, with Severo free poke onto Luke. Not poke, but just shredding the health, I would say, right? Now they finally try to reconnect, but it's a little bit too late because, you know, Luke is already way too low. And then the entire set of Onic dove in. So beautiful, beautiful follow up here coming out from Kyrie. Double kill. He's 0-6-3 now. Wow. This is probably the best Hanzo game I see from Kyrie. That's pretty good. And by the way, I don't know if you watched our video, but Kyrie rarely used skill 2 now. Remember like the first Kyrie video we watched, I mentioned Kyrie's biggest Hanzo issue is he used skill 2 haphazardly. He used skill 2 casually, like, oh, skill 2, you know, I'm gonna use it. But look at Kyrie's skill 2 now, right? Check this out. In a previous team fight, let's say the fight they wiped they clean slate the other side. Like, look, this is a Kyrie shadow. The previous Kyrie would have used skill 2 right now. Look at this Kyrie. He doesn't. He just walk up to them. He walk up to the people, start all attacking. He wait, and then when there is like perfect opportunity to set up a double knockup, he use it. This is so not Kyrie Hanzo like 0.1. This is so not Kyrie Hanzo a week ago that we watched. That was probably a few weeks ago earlier. But this is so not that Kyrie. It's a different Kyrie now. So I love this new Hanzo. This is like actually improved version of Hanzo. I mean, like, this is the least you can expect coming out from one of the best Hanzo, what would say assassin players in general, right? Young fingers. They can like touch buttons really fast. Good job, right? In this team fight, same. Let's see Kyrie ults here. Watch. He doesn't immediately skill 2. He comes in, he auto attack, he finds opportunity, right? When the team is, he's noticed some overlay position from Luke and Annabelle, that's when he skill 2. Double knockup and did a lot of damage. So beautiful, beautiful job. I mean, this is great coming out from Kyrie. And I think, let's see how the team fight continues here. Lord is sitting at 40% health. There's engage on Keyboy. Can they even get this Granger? I doubt it. This is what I'm saying, right? It's impossible for Hanzo to kill Granger. It's impossible. Look at this. Guys, watch this. Kyrie goes in for Iman, right? The target is pretty clear. By the way, at this point, I wouldn't have go for Iman. I would, like, already, if I noticed Pharsa standing right there, I would go for Pharsa. Pharsa was clearly not paying attention. Look at Pharsa. You see that? This is distance for catching Pharsa. But I think he already set his mind on Iman. Look, 0 damage. There's so much mobility coming. Like, there's no way. And on top of the fact that when Granger is moving, he's still damaging your shadow, which is really squishy. Let's take a look at this invade fight of BTR on Onic. First, Luke getting engaged on. Chen CC'd. I love it. Force the flicker coming out. Annabelle trying to engage here. Kyrie coming in. Looking, waiting. And then waiting, not using skill 2. Guys, I mean, I like this new Kyrie, I'm telling you. He's not wasting his skills on Hanzo. How patient. If you watch our Hanzo tips and tricks, number 1 thing I mentioned is skill 2. You have to hold in your hand. It's not like just walk up to people. That's why you watch my emblem, my build, I prioritize movement speed on your ultimate so much because that's your core ability. Like your ultimate I mean, like your passive. Somehow you gotta stack your passive, right? That's golden stat. That's why I build golden stat first item, and that's why I prioritize movement speed, and that's also why I don't use skill 2, because like skill 2 is one of the only skills you have for mobility. So like, use your ultimate. You leverage your speed to run up to people, and the skill 2 is more of a reposition or finishing move. You know, it's not when I say finishing move, I mean like also regenerate energy as well, right? To give you another fighting chance. So, oh my god, even though Kyrie is 7-1 and 5, he still couldn't. But he cleared the wave though. Did he clear the wave? Yeah, he cleared the wave. Just bought enough time for Sans to come back in. This is a hard for battle. All right, the engage comes in from BTR one more time, and Luffy get instantly wiped. All right, Kyrie looking for a lot of damage here. He did a lot of damage. He finds the kill on Anavel. He got the Lord. Let's check this out, okay? Watch. So he's poking, but he not see Luffy. Oh my god. That was just a Zia moment. Oh, it's like butterfly. Oh, where is it? Let me see. Butterfly. Is it butterfly? Yeah, that's a mistake straight up. You know, walking up past this wall to this close to this bush is that's criminal. Yeah, you're asking to die at that point. Oh, look at Kyrie here. It's funny. He goes in, right? He's looking. He's run out of energy. He didn't realize. Skill 2 didn't touch, and his body comes to the shadow. He dies. Ay, bro. That's so criminal. Kyrie probably is like, you know, hating himself right now. All right, let's see this push right here. There is a Harith, really powerful at this point, and Farsight is bombarding, doing a lot of damage here. Engage coming out from, okay, no rush. They got the Keyboy low. Annabelle burned immortality. Damage coming out so strong. Ooh, the Annabelle survive. Oh, wait. Oh, they try to save the Farsa because he overstayed. Now Annabelle, oh my god, getting one-shotted by Harith. Oh, it's a Severo game. This is a Severo game, guys. He's literally 1v9 at this point. Hanzo's useless. I mean, I wouldn't say Hanzo's useless. Like, Kyrie has been, you know, overpowering Annabelle this entire game. Annabelle 0-7, this guy's 10-2, right? So Hanzo is doing a lot of work. But I would say, like, in that last fight, he was kind of useless. However, look at Severo. Oh my god, this is a 1v9 from Severo coming out. Harrow's late game is a beast. On top of the fact that Severo is a good player, so good job. Keyboy looking to engage. Lord. They got Annabelle low one more time. Look at Hanzo comes in, not using skill 2, looking for the opportunity. And he's still waiting. He's still seeking. And he goes for Iman. He couldn't kill him, obviously. And he goes back, waiting for skill 2. Very patient. I love it. But Dom finds opportunity, but not going to be enough. Mid-high ground tower is gone. And this game goes to Onic. Yeah, that's it. So good job from Onic here. Let's quickly take a look at game 3. I want to actually look at items first. Just look at item a little bit. Hey, yo, somebody been watching our videos. Golden Great Dragon Staff. You know, a lot of people question my build. Says, Dave, why do you build this? Oh, now Kyrie builds it. It must make sense. Oh my god, what a great build. What a smart 2000 IQ play. Why don't you use your own brain and think for a second? I love the brainless comments in the comment section, bro. It's really funny for me because a lot of time when I read comments and people like criticizing, I just laugh about it. Like, this is so funny. I'm looking at some people on the internet somewhere in the world with less than double-digit IQs, probably single-digit IQs, looking at an item that they don't really analyze, don't really understand, and just decide to criticize with no reason. And there's no constructive. Oh, Dave, you could have built Great Dragon Scare as maybe a third item. Oh, why? Or maybe even ask some questions. Oh, Dave, why do you build Great Dragon Spear? Is it because the crit can turn into attack speed? I don't know. Why do you do that? Instead of asking those questions, they just criticize. What a dumbass build. Why Great Dragon Spear? What do you use crit for? What a dumbass. Yeah. Look at this build. By the way, they also sell boots for immortality. I guess something you have to do as a jungler. Interesting build from Hanzo here. I like it. This is straight up my build, right? Because they're really tanky, so you need Malefic Roar. DH, the Trinity, quote unquote, DHS in this game, something you have to do because Boxia, you know, Badon also tanky. Look at Badon's HP. Same as Kalia, probably building full tank. 3 big fat tanks in the front. I would build the exact same thing. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that's just what I would build. Next game. Tazy decided to go with Kimi. Look at Kimi, just one of those picks you have to take out. It's so strong. But Coach Yab, with his infinite wisdom, decided to take out Boxia as well. That's really strong, by the way. I like it. I like Coach Yab making that decision of taking out Boxia. It's a smart choice because in game 1, we analyzed Kimi not really get countered, but Boxia just do so well against Kimi because he can sustain and, kind of ignore the damage from Kimi. The question then comes down to follow-up. And also, Tazy, you have Fredrin, you have Badon, so it's looking... Badon is such a strong character. I think you have to pick this character out. Kalia, Badon... Kalia's banned this game, so obviously you can't take that out. But Badon, sheesh, I like that. I like the Valier pick. I'm a personal fan of Coach Yab, right? I think Yab is one of smart drafter in MPL. When I said like he probably draft in the old meta, I didn't mean that. Coach Yab drafted really, really smart. In fact, has been one of my favorite drafter in the entire MPL because he drafts very creatively. In the previous season, the reason why I like Onic so much because they draft outside the box, right? They don't draft characters that just because it's strongest meta. They draft characters that make sense to the comp. In this game, and also their players are extremely good, so they have a lot of players that can just play everything. So it makes sense, right? Valier against Fredrin, against Badon, dude, you can't find a better choice against those two characters. Fighters get straight up destroyed by Valier, especially after 2 items, the glowing wand and also the slow item, the ice queen wand. After those 2, yeah, your tank literally don't play, your fighter literally don't play the game. They just cry. So Valier is really, really good against those, and then it's a strong choice taken out here. Valier also have really good wave clear in the mid lane because your skill 1 50% cooldown reduction. Nice draft coming out. Why Hanzo pick though? That's the only thing I don't get. Was Hayabusa banned? No. Is this something that Kyrie likes now because he watched my videos? Like, yo, dude, trust me, bro. I watched Dave Hanzo video. I think this is it. But you also didn't watch everything because I mentioned many times. You don't pick Hanzo into Kimi. You don't pick Hanzo into Kimi. You don't pick Hanzo into Granger. Those are two marksmen that you don't get to touch. It's really hard to touch unless there's just so many good teammates on your side that just like pin them on the ground and you just beat their ass. Other than that, like you don't. There's rarely any chance for you to touch grass. Just like you can't. Weird Hanzo pick. I don't get it. That Hanzo pick makes no sense to me. I get it. He probably is now proficient with Hanzo, but still, nonetheless, it makes no sense. Whoa. Morano, okay, I like it. Let's continue here. By the way, that's Naruto talking. I'm waiting for Naruto saying Kagebo Shin no Jutsu at any time. Then instantly poked. And by the way, guys, for those people who ask me why Dave you built golden staff first item, check this out. Kyrie here, right? Obviously good engage from Keyboy. Pin Finn over here on the ground for a large stun duration. Obviously being slowed by Sands. This is a Kyrie level 4 with no items. No items, okay? Skill 2 auto attack. Because it has 5 stacks on Finn, skill 1, that chunked 2/3 of Finn's health. 0 items. Tell me, does Hanzo need... This is why, like, when I say I know what I'm talking about when it comes to Hanzo. Because I've tested so much, you don't need items early game for Hanzo to do damage. You just need to get your stacks. That's why corrosion size I mentioned, if you have that much, the same amount of gold, corrosion size doesn't pay out because you can't auto attack that much in this type of fight. And you will notice throughout the games how Hanzo is punished. His shadow comes out instantly killed. The shadow get killed in like obviously previous game, he was really patient, was roaming on the side so you can observe, right? But you don't get that many opportunities to auto attack unless it's on a very clumsy character like Boxia. You don't even get to do anything to, let's say, Annabelle's Fredrin, because Fredrin has infinite CC. You can't auto-attack. So why would you go something like corrosion size when you can't auto-attack? What's the point? Do you understand? If you use common sense, think for yourself instead of just like, oh, because Kyrie does it, it has to make sense. Now, Kyrie also built Great Dragon Spear. Can you stop asking me dumb questions about why Great Dragon Spear now? Please. right? Because of movement speed, attack speed, everything adds up, makes sense for that character to build it. However, same thing as Golden Staff. Golden Staff makes sense because your early game damage doesn't rely on items. Your early game damage relies on skill. That's it. If you reach 5 stacks, you instantly kill somebody, especially along with your teammates' help. The same thing as jungle farming. Conversion size doesn't help you farm jungle. Golden Staff does. Your skill 2 helps you stack passive a lot faster. Your auto attack's 3 stacks. If you don't have skill 2 ready, 3 stack, 3 auto attack, skill 1. You get it. There's no reason not to build that item. Let's take a look at Annabelle here, right? He's getting CC by his team. Badon, not Badon, Phobius, Lupti doing insane amount of damage. Kyrie doing some damage here. All right, quickly gets out. So Annabelle and Luke just died. They're getting outplayed here, I would say, right? They're getting outplayed by Luppy. Also, Valier is really good against them. Check this out. Check this team fight one more time, right? Like I said, I like this Valier pick. It makes so much sense in this case. They invade from front end a little bit too aggressive here. They invade here. It literally doesn't make any sense. He goes in. He gets engaged by Luppy, which is really good. By the way, guys, chicken, watch this. Watch this. What this EXP lane does, okay? He engages and pokes enemy jungler, all right? He's not a puss. He goes in to the enemy jungler when their jungler is around. And he doesn't get poked ahead of time where he couldn't go in. Simple. It's actually not that simple. In competitive, you're very nervous, and then it's very hard to focus. So, I mean, I can understand, but that also just means, like, you know, if you can't fix this, you shouldn't be playing EXP, right? I do believe Chicken's ability to fix it and then become really, really good at it. Kyrie looking to invade. Might be too... Yeah, he can invade red for sure, but he can invade a small camp. Power of Hanzo here. He does have retreat. He gets that small camp. Nice scouting coming out from Baxia. Strong opening for Onic. They won last game. This is looking like another game they can win, right? So red is coming up in 6. You can quickly use skill 1 to get the red buff. Let's see how they execute this turtle fight here. BTR getting position in a very crucial bush for the river objectives. All right, look at Finn's position. Look at this. Learn. S-A-U-L. Learn. Learn. Very important. See this guy just sitting here. Why? Getting vision. Luppy, stay in the front, getting vision, right? He's not farming on the side. He's not split pushing. Just stay in the front. Try to poke and fight enemy jungler at any time. Learn. All right. So he goes to enemy jungler, and then Kyrie followed up. Annabelle got quickly 5 stacked on, instantly get bursted by skill 1. At this point, Kyrie doesn't even have a single item yet. He's able to do that. The reason why is because Kyrie, as Hanzo, doesn't need items to do damage. Learn when you play Hanzo, okay? Trust. You don't know everything. You don't have to type in your keyboard. Look at keyboard. He's just not dying, right? That's why, like, this character is good against Kimi. He's very, very good against single small instant damage source that does damage really quickly. So I can see this character become meta for a long time, right? That was kind of odd here. I guess, you know, just rush to kill the Ruby. So far, doing pretty good on Onic. Harith for sure is something that Onic you would have to ban against Savero. This player, maybe like he's too good at other characters as well. That's why I don't ban it. But Harris, like this player is so good, right? Look at Valier just pushing them all away. Oh, Kyrie goes in. He can't. Look at this is what I'm talking about, right? Kyrie, he couldn't even do damage anymore. Instantly the shadow get killed. That's what I'm talking about. Why conversion side? Why? Give me a reason. Explain. Convince me. By the way, conversion side does offer 5% movement speed. So that's something that's good. That's why I build it. I just don't build a first item because I need to hit power spike first. And then I build conversion size because still, nonetheless, a really good item. Also give you movement speed when you start hitting somebody. So if you reach like the target, because you eventually will, right? That's the whole point of getting movement speed to reach that target. But once you stick to the first, once you land the first auto attack, it makes sense to start slowing them. You know, it makes sense. So conversion size is a good item. It's core item. With my ultimate build, I watched that video as well. But I just don't think it's a core item as a first item. You know, and I have a strong argument behind it. Prove me wrong, right? The golden staff is just much better, and I think that's next level. Probably, Kyrie's Hanzo 3.0 would learn it. Right now, Kyrie Hanzo 2.0 already huge improvement with skill 2. We'll see Kyrie Hanzo 3.0 building golden staff first. All right, let's take a look. Oh, nice engage from Kimi. Valeria's ult, purify that, get out of it. Start throwing skills, starting damage. But Turtle got stolen. Kyrie is going for the backline to do damage. He has patience with skill 2. Oh, by the way, guys, check this out, okay? I want to show you guys something. Not to say like how the team fight is executed. Obviously, Keyboy going for the backline, right? He's going for Kimi. That's what he does because he's just going for the backline because he's very tanky. Look at the Kyrie here. He's full HP, almost full energy. He goes for Luke, right? He couldn't. How many auto attack did he get to execute? Almost 0. Look, he wasted skill 1 really, right? Because I don't know why would you do that? You know, like look, he goes in. Does he get a stack? Okay, he just auto attack and get Badon kill because you know that's kill still there. But other than that, he used skill 1 on Luke, which is not needed. And then he comes in, use skill 2, full energy, right? And Luke is very low, but immobilize, quality control, dead. That's what happens to a Hanzo's Shadow in a competitive environment. If you go in by yourself, that's just what it is. You die instantly and you can be effective. Forward. Right now, Onic 4,000 gold lead. That looks pretty good. Valir used ultimate. Nice. I like that. You know, the Valir this game is such a good pick from Kochi app. It makes a lot of sense, right? It also cancels Kimi's ultimate because the self built-in self purify with the ultimate. So it's really nice pick here. All right, I like this angle as well. This is a nice angle, isn't it? Right? To give a different perspective. That's pointless, but it looks cool. Okay, nice hook. Valir using ultimate, start poking, start zoning. Brethren cannot move. Valir did end up getting killed, but they killed a jungler in return. And let's see what Kyrie decided to do. The skill 2 did miss. Use a skill 1, do some damage, and then took the shadow. Did he took the shadow out? No. He didn't pay attention to his energy, and he died. Look, he's low energy already. His skill 2 didn't touch. At this point, he got to back out because he didn't, and his shadow comes to the body, and he died. Oh, that's unfortunate. So that's a free lore for the side of BTR. Ooh, that's the second time that Kyrie made a mistake in this series now, which is running out of energy. Take a look at this lord. The team fight. Look at Finn. Shark. Look at Finn. How many times do I have to say this? Why not do this against the Valley? Why not do this against Area 77? Where's my lore setup? Where is my lore setup? Let's go back. If you want to watch this trend, don't analyze specific play, analyze a trend. Because that tells you a lot more. Do data analysis. Be smart. Have a double-digit IQ, more than 20, please. Take a look at the map. Top side, right? You guys can't see right now because there's something blocking it. Look at top side. Top side, there's a minion wave closer, right? That's blocked by the character here. It's kind of annoying. But what BDR did is pressure the wave. They pushed away before they come to Lord. So the wave was slow push towards Onic side. And then they come to Lord, 5 people, immediately engage in team fight, knowing that Hanzo probably is not here because they have to defend top. So now they're playing a number advantage, but the thing is they couldn't get any kills due to the fact there is a huge Valir over there. Still, because Boxia overextended, they came back and killed Boxia. The rotation, the setup, it's like an equation. It's not hard to follow the freaking formula, bro. I'm literally telling you, when you see a question that looks like this, the answer is this. Do it. It has been like the same meta for a year and a half now. It's not rocket science. This is not Elon Musk try to defend people from burning his cars. It's not political. It's easy. You see a question like that, you answer the exact same way, you win. Bro, so frustrating. When I see this, like it's so frustrating when especially our team I care about so much, don't do this. Like, I feel like their practice is wasted. It frustrates the living hell out of me. And like, when I watch NACT and I called Hoon, he had the audacity to say, Dave, where's my prize money? We had a diamond tournament. You asked me to, we have a doo-doo prize tournament. You want an excellent performance? Well, you get a doo-doo tournament. You get a doo-doo performance. That's the words verbatim. Think about that for a second, guys. Think about that for a second. Okay, all right, look at Hanzo. Look at Hanzo, right? Kyrie full HP. Use Shadow. He tried to go in. Skill 2. Instantly pushed. And Kyrie is useless. At what point in this part of the engagement is coercion size worth it? And that's how it is in every team fight, really, with Hanzo's Shadow. You gotta be very, very careful. That's why Golden Staff is such a good item as first item. Just try it, you won't go back. Okay, this lore fight. Annabelle standing front, soaking a lot of damage. Instantly goes to Harith. But Annabelle's already dead. One more auto attack. Luppy going in, soaking a lot of damage here. Oh, he got hooked. That's unfortunate. Good play from Luke. Luke is really good. Dude, I like Luke. He's always, present. He's always engaging. Now, because all 3 high ground towers gone, Kyrie is also forcing a position where you have to defend all the time. So take a look at the Lord here. Keyboy looking to engage here. He's going on Kimi one more time, but Lord is already gone. Keyboy have to retreat for now or stay on the side looking. Okay, can they find anything? Kyrie looking for the right opportunity. Skill 2 and instantly skill 1. And by the way, golden staff right here. Watch Finn, okay? He didn't land a single auto attack. But 1 skill 2, right? And immediately skill 1. That's the power of golden staff. Because once you have golden staff, guys, it's the first item. Even though if you get corrosion sight in this case, right? And you don't have golden staff. Let's say this is an early game team fight. And the same scenario, you go in, a skill 2 like this won't stack full stack of your passive. So your skill 1 won't do that much damage. But because you have golden staff, it takes 3 tick of your skill 2 touching an enemy for your full stack to work. Because I don't know why it works, but it somehow triggers the item unhit effect, which is golden staff effect. So he skill 2'd and instantly this full stack triggered. You see this? This is a full stack right now on the Badon. And he skill 1, Badon is dead. That's the power of golden staff. Have I made my case clear regarding golden staff? This is called logic. It's not argument. It's just straight up facts on why certain thing work and doesn't work. I've given you 1,000 reasons why you should do it. And why it makes sense. Alright, nice defense on the Lord, but there's still wave coming though. 4 people defending it. Hanzo, let's see his ultimate is going to be effective this time. Okay, nice. He got a... Look at that. By the way, not a single auto attack. Watch. Skill 2 landed beautifully. Immediately skill 1. He landed 1 more auto attack, but doesn't matter. Iman's almost dead. That's why Hanzo can be used with golden staff first, right? He didn't land a single auto attack there. 1. Not a single, right? Well, not a single, but there's 1 auto attack. Once you have the damage, one skill 2, touch, skill 1 immediately. So late game, you can auto attack, you just can't. Unless it's a single auto target that's getting caught out, like Boxia in the previous game. You don't have chance to auto attack. There's so much CC, there's so much other stuff that can kill your shadow in an instant like that. You can't do too much with it. So right now, I think this game is just over for Onic because there's... Okay, let's take a look at setup. Doesn't need to set up too much for side of BTR. They have all 3 lane pushed in. They're not rushing. They're waiting for lane to continue to be pushed in before they continue. You can see top side being pushed in, bottom lane being pushed in. And Hanzo have to defend this. Have to use the ultimate defend as well. And then Fredrin engaging on Valir. Pop the ult. He immediately goes on Annabelle, who is really, really low, but he does have immortality. Coming back, let's see what he does. Alright, it's a trading of immortality here, but base. Look at the base health. Yeah, you have to use ult just to clear base, and that means the Lord is gone. Fredrin's gonna take it for free. Yeah, Fredrin's gonna take it. It's so low now. Hanzo's not even in position to get it, and Badon's dead, and that's over. GG's. Yeah, so that's it, guys. That's your game. It made me like... There's not too much to say about this series. I think it's just... There's not too much to say about this series, okay? This is one of those series that I don't think Hanzo is a prior pick. I don't think it should be prioritized at all. Because, you just don't. You don't pick it into Kimi, into Granger. You don't. There's rarely any chance you get to Kimi and Granger, as you notice, right? He mostly killed Fredrin. He mostly killed Badon. He mostly killed Ruby. That's the 4 kills he got because they're in the front. And then his teammates doing a lot of damage with Valir, with Badon. Sorry, not Badon, with Phobius. And he just go in, got to stack some follow up with skill 1 because it does most amount of high burst damage and killed it. But other than that, it's a weird pick. So I don't like it that much, right? I think even Hayabusa might be a lot better on top of the fact that Kyrie is such a good Haya player. I like the Valir pick coming out from Kyrie, from Onic. What do y'all think, guys, about the analysis for the entire Onic versus BTR series? Leave a comment down below and let me know. If you enjoyed it, share this video with your friend. And for that, I'll see you guys all next time, if there is next time. Bye for now.